So this is how the finished article looks, and here's to give you a sense of all the different elements of that. So here you've got the top, here you've got your drawers, so these actually bend over and become the drawer itself, and then here you've got your wheels and bits and bobs. You've got your legs here, the front and back of the drawer. So here's the front of the drawer, and then underneath it you've got the back of the drawer, and then you've got two different types of tracks. So track A, track B. Track A comes in a white cardboard box, and then track B comes in a brown cardboard box, and then you've got your side panels and your back panel. Right, so once you've got everything out of the packaging, lay your two side panels side by side. So on the left you've got your B panel, and then on the right hand side you've got your A panel. The most important thing to remember with these is that the jagged edges are facing inwards on both A and B panels, and then these things up here are facing upwards and away from you. For both panels you've got tracks as well, which the drawers will slot into. So you've got your B tracks, which come in the brown cardboard packaging, and they've actually just got one hole in them. So you can see here they've just got one hole. And on the other side, on the A panel, you've got your white packaging, and these ones have two holes. So that's how you can identify them. So if you want to set that up, pause the video and then I'll show you how to get the tracks in. So now you've got the two side panels side by side. Let's start with putting the railings into the B panel. So you've got a horizontal tag there, you can just see that, and then you've got a vertical tag there, just about see that on the camera. So let's start with the B panel on the left hand side. What you want to do is just get the horizontal tag there and just slot it into place, and then over with the vertical tag over here, you just want to push that downwards so it slots into position. A bit tricky doing it holding the camera. And what you want to do is make sure that it clicks, so when you push down you get that clicking sound. So just work your way all the way down the B panel using the, make sure you're using the B railing tracks. Again, just quickly to show you one more. Essentially just slot that in over on the right hand side with the vertical tag, and then over on the left hand side you just want to slot it in and then push down until you hear a clicking sound. Okay, work your way down that one and then we'll move on to the A panel. Right, once you've done that for both B and A panels, that's how it'll both look. Next thing you want to do is go and grab your legs. Both of these legs. What you want to do is put them to the B panel. So make sure that this section here is facing inwards towards the A panel, so this section here. So we just want to slot that in there. Now the thing that I forgot to do, or didn't realise I had to do in the first one, is just make sure you push really hard and that you hear a click. So push that until you hear a click, and that's when you know it's in properly. And then with the other one, same thing. Make sure this time the this bit is pointing towards you. Just push down until you hear that clicking sound, and just make sure that this section here is level with the bottom of the drawer there. What you want to do now is just lift up the B panel. So just pop that on its side like that. I hope everything stays in position. Get your A panel and just slot the A panel on top of the legs that you just put on. So I'll just put the camera down, do that, and I'll show you what's next. What you need to do now is get your back panel and make sure that you have this section here facing upwards, and that you're going to put it where you've got a square hole rather than where you've got this little tack here. So essentially just slot your back panel in, and then you need a screwdriver for this next part. So get your screwdriver, and then down here you just want to push these in. So you've got these little things here, you just want to push them in. Right, so the next thing you want to do is get the lid of the drawer, so the top of the drawer. Make sure that this section here is pointing away from you, so the sort of pointy part of this is pointing towards the part of the drawer that has no back. So we just slot that on. So you want to align these bits with this here. Let's get that on either side. Once it's on, you can then just push it back and it should slot into place. So this is how the unit looks now. Next thing you want to do is you want to put the wheels and the screws in. So in the packet here you've got a few things. So what you want to use is these wheels. So there's 4 of those. And then the screws you're going to need initially are the ones with the pointy edge. So at the bottom of the unit you want to get one of the screws that has the pointy edge and just secure this to that. So just screw that in first, and then you want to get the wheels facing away from you like that, and do that for all 4 corners. So that's how it looks. You've got 1 screw securing the side panel to the leg, and then you've got 2 screws, 1 here and 1 here, securing the wheel to the unit, and then again just do that for each of the 4 here. So this is the unit, how it looks now, and then what you want to do is you want to put your drawers together. So this is one I've just done. So I'm going to show you how to do that. They come flat like this. So what you want to do is you want to bend those either side, so you want to bend it inwards. So the important thing to remember is that the flap here is on the outside. So this is where your tracks are going to run across. And then make sure that this bit here is at the back. So this is the front, and then this bit here with the extended lip, that's at the back. Okay. So now you want to get your drawer, the front of the drawer, and make sure it's almost like a U shape, because that's where your labels are going to sit. So what we're going to do is get this and then put that in like this, and then similarly like you have for all the other bits and pieces, you essentially just want to fold this little tag here backwards to hold it into place, and then the same on the other side. So just fold that down, so just securing it a little bit. Now you want to do the back of the drawer. Just put that there. And my back pieces underneath it. So here's a back piece, and you know it's a back piece because it doesn't have the little label section on it. You want to make sure that these are pointing downwards and the holes are pointing downwards. And what you're going to do is you're just going to, this facing towards you, essentially just going to move that backwards so it catches on that lip. Like that. Okay. So that's how it looks at the front, that's how it looks at the back. Okay. Do you want to pause? Yeah, and then this is the final stage, so just get 2 of these. These ones have got the flat edge, and then one of those. So just grab 2 of those, and then what you want to do is just pull out the drawer and go from the inside out. So just pop your screws in through there, like that, and then this goes here. So just screw those into that, and then your drawer will turn out like this.